So it's December the 28th, 2025. The year is basically done. So what I want to show you is this beautiful red romaine lettuce that we are still eating, and we will be eating it even longer, even though it has survived 3 hard freezes so far. But now I've helped it survive by literally placing one of these old totes that I grew sweet potatoes in upside down over it during the 17-degree cold we had. We've got another hard freeze coming in tomorrow, so I'll literally put this back on top of the red romaine lettuce and protect it so we can enjoy it into the new year. What I want to show you today is what we need to do to get started for the 2026 garden. Now, if you notice over here, these are the pole lima beans, and they are actually opening up and dropping seeds all over everywhere, but that's not the issue. There's still some nice seeds in these, and I'm just going to let them fall, but I'm going to have to take different things and get these vines off of this trellis. So that's one project that needs to be done, is the trellises need to be cleaned. What else I want to show you today is how to move a trellis. Now what I'm going to do this year, and what I do most every year, is I'm going to take this trellis that's right here, and I'm going to move it right into the middle where I have plowed this and got it prepared. And then I'm going to take this trellis and I'm going to move it right into this area where I've already plowed it and got it prepared. And then of course, since the bottom of the trellis is up above the ground level, I can keep these winter weeds out and I'll be ready to plant when I'm ready to put stuff in here. And so that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to actually move this trellis, and I'm going to show you the easy way to move the trellis. And you do want to go ahead and have your spot where you're going to put under the trellis have plowed it a time or two before you actually try to move the trellis. So that's the first caveat. Okay, so if you'll watch here, I'm going to pull this up out of the ground. Well, that didn't work too good, did it? So let me show you the smart way to do this. So I've got your basic pry tool here, and I've got a pickaxe here. So what we're going to do, and if you can see, let me clear this out so you can see it, is I've got, when I sink these, I don't put this little stand under the ground. I put it right down to the edge. That way then it's sticking up, and it'll be a much easier for me to get them up when I want to move them. And if you notice, I've only got 4 posts on this row. So what I do is I put the pry bar down parallel to the way that these are facing, and then I'll just take this here, and now I've got a support to pull this up, and you can just put your foot here, and look at that, it's coming right out of the ground. So the old saying about work smarter, not harder, really pays off when you do this. So now I'm going to put it right next to it. I'm going to put this back down again, and we're going to pull it up some more. And I think I've got it up enough now that I can probably pull it right out of the ground. Let's give it a try. And there it came. Now I'm not taking it all the way out because I still want to get the other 3 out. We'll do one more and I'll show you the same thing, and then I'll show you what we do when we finish. So here we go. We're putting the pry bar right there. And now I'm putting the pickaxe under, putting my foot here to get some leverage. He's down there pretty hard, but he's coming up. Move it over here. And it's basically up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 2, and then we will show you how to reset it. Okay, so you can see that I've got them all up now, where all I gotta do is just literally pull on them a little and they'll come straight up. But before you do that, you want to clean all the old, these are old tomato vines, and clean all the old debris out of your trellis, because you don't want to put that on the ground. There could be weeds in there. You don't want that on the ground under your new trellis. Okay, so you'll notice how I've got these bent over and more or less permanently put into place on this trellis. That way you can move it without having to reset all these. You may also notice that this one fell out. So I will need to reset these with the pliers, and that way it'll be easy to set back up. So that's what's going on here. And this one stayed in. And this one stayed in. So I've only got one to fix, and I won't bore you with that. I'm just going to go ahead and put them back in line with these this one post over here. So for this step, now you really need an assistant. So my assistant is here, and what she's going to do is just hold this end. I'm going to prop the other end against that stake there at the end, and then you want to start in the middle to hammer them in, and that way then you can pull it tight on each end. So let's go ahead and get that done. So folks, here is the final trellis. You can see how nice and straight it looks. And I want to go ahead and show you exactly what to buy if you want to make trellises like this. So the fence part is exactly 5 feet. So you go buy a roll of 5-foot fence. And by not buying 6-foot fence, you save a lot of money. Just get woven wire fence. And then you want to get these posts, and you can see how much I've got sank down into the ground of this post here, and you can see how long it is. And so we're going to measure it. And it's a 7-foot fence post. So that's what you buy, is 5-foot woven wire fence and 7-foot fence post. And then you want to give it enough room when you put these on the post so that you can hit the top of this without hitting the fence. If you put the fence up above that, you're going to hit the fence and you're not going to be able to drive them into the ground as you saw me do. So okay folks, we have moved the trellis from right here to right here, and if you notice, I've still left those little feet sticking out of the ground just a little, so that I can move it again next year just this easy. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel, because we've got lots to show in 2026. It's going to be a very interesting year for gardening. And thank you for watching.